Hello, ladies, gents, and everybody in between. My name's Andy Duffy, and welcome to Chillin Like a Villain, the podcast where I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. How's everybody in chat doing? We've got a lovely 24 people in chat today. So how is everybody doing today? Hopefully, you have been having a good week. I've been doing absolutely nothing with my life because lockdown is still doing crap here in the UK. So that's going to be fun. That's doing great. I've seen a lot of people having a great day, so that's great to hear. With that being said, let's just get straight into introducing our guests for this stream. So let's start off with our first guest. They have been in the community for a very long time. They were the quote unquote creator of Code Red, the show that never came out but got popular for its intro. So here he is. It is Joseph, aka TTGuy.
Hello, I am Joseph, aka TTGuy, and I've animate for BFDI and Inanimate Insanity and a lot of other shows. I do a lot of work, and I have also made an intro one time, and it's my greatest project yet. So yeah.
Yes. Right. So
is that all, or do you want me to say more?
I would try. I mean, it's like you can say whatever you want. I just like try to figure out how to follow up with that. To be honest.
No.
It's like you're just so professional, and I'm like just sitting here, just like man-child.
No, I have nothing else to say. You want to move on?
Yeah, let's do it. So, our next guest is they're a voice actor within the community. They've been within the community for a long time. They're the voice of a funny green man that made it to the finale of BFB. So let's introduce them. Also, big fan of DR as well. We had a big giant conversation. I nearly killed him for it. Here he is. It's Blundue, aka Ian Woodside.
Hey, yeah, I'm Ian Woodside. I voice act Gelatin on BFB, and that is currently pretty much all I do in the community, except for a little secret project that I'm working on with they're in the stream too. So let's just wait until they get in here to announce it. I mean, it's been announced, but you know. I've been in the community for 9 years too. This is an OG only
OG
podcast.
Stream only. If you're not an OG, get out.
Yeah, basically. If you haven't been here since like 2012 at least, what are you doing?
All right, well, bye. Also, just gonna say, if anybody hears like a small child in my mic, that's going to be my sister, so she might pop in and out sometime. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Anyway, next person we're gonna be introducing, the creator of Object Overload. He voices another funny green man who also got beaten up by his contestants on the first ever episode of the show. He basically supplies a lot of work for II and as well as BFDI. And he's known as a big OG within this within this community. That's right, that's what I was going to go with. So let's get him in here. It is Niall Burn, aka ZanyLeaves.
Hello, I am Niall, or XanyLeaves. I've also been in the OSC for over 9 years. I have a show called Object Overload that was pretty popular in the earlier days of the community. And since then, I've been an animator and a voice actor for a bunch of shows like Animate Insanity and BFDI. And I also created and hosted Troc while that was a thing that was popular. So yeah, that's about it.
Love that. Right, and lastly, let's get our last person in here so they're not sitting around bored. He is the creator of Excellent Entities and Extraordinarily Excellent Entities, and as well as his newer season that's coming out soon. He has voice acted for BFB, and as well as does music for his own as well. So here, let's get him in here. It is Griffin, aka Webzforevz.
Hi, I'm Griffin, also known as Webzforevz. I do my own show. I was in animator, audio editor, and voice actor for BFB. I did 7 CRT and cake number 1. We all loved carrot cake number 1.
I love carrot cake number 1.
And I did music for BFB. I wrote and I performed the BFB recap song, and I co-wrote the loser song. So that's
I mean, I mean, carrot cake number 2. Who's he? Hold on. Alrighty. Well, how all 4 of you doing today?
Doing great.
Good.
I'm doing good too.
Also, I've completely forgot that somebody put in the comments about like Orager. I completely forgot that I made Orager. Whoops. But,
That's like your biggest like recent achievement in the community.
Yeah, that's a pretty big thing I did. I don't know how I forgot that, but yeah.
Alrighty. Well, if you guys have got any questions for these guys, then you can put them into the live chat. If you have questions for me, you don't need to ask. But if you've got a question for me, then we can answer them, I guess. Also, we will be doing a game later on as well. Nile will not be playing because specific reasons will not be said. But he will be judging, so that'll be fun. With that being said, what do you guys want to do first? You want to just do a couple of questions from the live chat first before we do questions from me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever.
Alrighty. So let's start off with Big Legend Yellow Angeru said, question for all, who is the silliest?
Yeah. Who's the
Great start.
Yep, thanks, Yellow. You're a good friend.
Me.
Joseph is the silliest.
Joseph.
Is,
Yeah, I'm gonna say like I'm having a chat with all 4 of you. I'm gonna say Joseph.
Joseph is by far the silliest. He has done some very, very questionably silly things, like the on-call.
Anyway.
Next question is from Steamed Milk, aka my phone. No, Steamed Milk, aka Tino. Andy Duffy, where are you from? I'm from Canada. Totally. No, I'm from the UK. I'm Scottish. I'm Scottish. So, next, Box has asked TTGuy, when will Code Red 1?
I don't know if I said this publicly, but it will be out before I die, and that's all I can say. Before it will be finished sometime in my lifetime. That is all I will promise. So yeah, that's it.
Someone has also asked Niall, are you tired of people asking where object overload is?
No, because I understand that for a lot of people, it's what they expect for me to make. So, and honestly, I find it a little bit flattering when people are still asking to this day where object overload is. So, to anyone that is worried about object overload or asking where it is, I appreciate it, and hopefully, I can have some answers to that soon.
Gino has just asked as well, who out of the 4 of you has the worst life? What? That sounds very like, whoa, okay.
I mean, I have an answer.
You have an answer?
Who is it, Ian? Huh? Who is it?
I don't know if I want to say it because that's kind of rude.
It's me.
It's not.
It's me.
Congratulations.
There you go.
We all came into the OSC for a reason, so in other words, all of them are a worse life. Anyway, so continuing. Someone's just asked, can TTGuy sing the Gimme Pizza song on stream again?
Holy crap.
My god.
No, we
were
actually like,
about that.
yeah, we were like, I was talking about like the last time I was on stream, I sung the Gimme Pizza like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
And I'm
that's
surprised-
actually weird.
Yeah, we were talking about it like earlier today, and I'm surprised that somebody like remembers that.
Well,
Gimme Pizza! P-I-Z-Z-A! I love that song. Green pouring like waterfall.
Yay!
form of
Beautiful.
coconut cream.
That was great.
Someone's just asked question, why are you four so awesome?
We born this way.
What can I
Because
say?
we're actually dorks in real life, so we've crafted our personalities so
Yeah.
we have a great online presence.
Basically. You think we're like this charismatic and awesome in real life? No.
It's true.
Also, Tippers is in chat. Hi, Tippers. Tippers has just asked for you guys to name an object show character you feel like gets overhated by the OSC.
Overhated.
Oh, you'll have to think about that for a few seconds.
I could think of the opposite pretty easily.
Yeah, I can say overrated characters, I think.
But overhated.
I'd say 2 from Teapot.
Maybe
Just
Toast
because-
from Object Mayhem. That's
Man.
people did not like Toast, but 2. Yeah, I'd probably say 2.
I mean,
I
in
can't
recent
think of
memory,
like
too.
I
Yeah.
can't think of like characters that are like hated in the OSC.
Wait,
Yeah.
is 2 still hated?
No, yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to say 2, but 2 actually, I feel like a lot of people like 2 now. It was like
Yeah,
when
well,
2
I
was
mean-
introduced.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I like 2 better than 4.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't think of like that's like the last character I remember the OSC like hating.
Yeah.
Which was, it was still like a year ago when it happened, but I can't think of a character that like most of
Is
the OSC
Puffball
like
still hated?
dislikes.
Puffball.
Well,
No,
that's
I'm-
such like a BFDIA kind of like hate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think
yeah.
it's like
people-
anything.
Yeah,
BFD.
everyone that I know who has like a strong opinion on Puffball like loves Puffball. Like I don't know anyone who hates Puffball.
Yeah, everyone you know. I think I know.
Yeah.
Talking about.
If someone like actually has an opinion on Puffball and it isn't just like, they usually like Puffball. I don't know.
Oh,
anyone
yeah.
who's like,
I know
Puffball.
2 people who are in
Yeah.
love with Puffball.
Yeah, and everyone else is just like, Puffball. She is Puffball. That's about it.
That will be the last question for now, so that way we can get into the questions that I've got down. Niall, how did you get into the II crew, and how do you feel about being such a big part of II?
Oh, okay. So I got into the II crew because it's a bit of a long. Is it okay for it to be a long story, like a somewhat long story? Because there's a lot of okay. So I was working on Object Overload because I really wanted to make an object show, and I finished the whole episode within a couple months, and I was uploading it to YouTube, and there was some kind of like rendering glitch, and only the first like 30-ish seconds actually rendered out. So I put it on YouTube. And I was like crying when I was a kid, so I was crying that my object show got ruined by YouTube. And then I woke up the next day and I had a bunch of comments and subscribers and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's so nice. So I just renamed the video to like OO Preview, and I went into my inbox on YouTube and I saw that I had a message from Animation Epic, Adam Katz, and he was like, hey, I was wondering if you needed help with the episode, like getting it on YouTube, and I was like, yes. And then when I went to go talk to him on Skype, he asked me if I wanted to animate for II, and then I was like, yeah. That would be like a dream come true, because I went from like being like nothing in the community to almost instantly being like, oh my god, I'm like animating for like one of my favorite shows now. This is crazy. And then since then it just went on from there. I really liked. I like working on II. It's fun, and it was just a crazy opportunity, and I'm still really passionate about it, and I'm still grateful to be able to do it to this day. And yeah, it's basically what got me started in the community. So yeah, I'm very thankful for it.
Alrighty. Okay, so I'm just going to get this out of the way as well, just before we start off as well. First of all, yes, I've got a pride profile picture. If you don't like it, get out. Second of all, that sounds mean. Also, your local Mooney, who is a good friend of mine, is actually uploading her episode today as well. So after the stream, if you guys are wanting to check out Galactic Conquest episode 4, that'll be absolutely great. Just better off saying this now instead of leaving it at the end of the stream. I'll probably will say it at the end of the stream, but I'll still say it now because that she definitely deserves the support she gets. Anyway, with that being said, let's get right into the questions. Are we ready?
Sure.
yeah.
Alrighty. So first of all, let's just get this out of the way. How did you all get to work for Jack and Jellify? So
What order are we going in?
let's see who was like the first one out of all of you to get hired.
Oh, Nile.
That was Nile.
That'd be me, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So for me, I like didn't see it coming at all. I was playing Minecraft with my friends, just having a great time, and then I checked my DMs on Discord. Oh no, I think it was Skype at the time. I think, right? I can't remember. And I just got asked.
Skype.
Yeah, I got asked by Satomi if I was interested in animating for BFB, and I was like, oh my god, like yes, that would be amazing. And I mean, that's basically it. You know, a few days after that, I was given my my first scene, which was the first scene of I think it was BFB 13, right? I think that was my first scene, and it was surreal, honestly. You know, it was just like a surreal experience having watched it for so long and then actually like being a part of it. You know, it was crazy. But that's about all there is to that story on my end.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. So after Nile, who would that be?
That'd be me. Mine is also like a very, very similar story. Just had happened a couple months later. I remember this day very vividly because I was also playing Minecraft and I think I like won a game. I remember as a very happy memory because I won a game, and then when I like finished, I like checked back on Discord and I was like added to a group with like Michael and Satomi, and I was like, holy crap. But yeah, I just got messaged by them and I was like, yeah, sure. Because I think this is the time when it was like still like the big break. I think 13 had just come out and they like needed help finishing 14. But yeah, so that's how I got in, and it was a great time.
Big thumbs up there. Would it be Webs after that, or
Yeah, I was next.
Got it.
So I was hired as an animator first to that huge animation animation audition process, which was so funny because all that time everyone was talking. They were like, I think it's gonna be about 8 animators are gonna be hired. And then I remember that night, it was 3 a.m. and I get the email. I shoot up in my bed and I'm like, my heart's pounding. I get the email. It's like, welcome to Jack and Jellify. You are awesome. And I'm like, oh my God, me? And then I joined the Discord. I was the first person in the Discord. So it was just me, Michael, and Carrie. And I'm like, oh my God, the most exclusive club. And then flash forward to about 2 hours later, there's 50 people in the Discord. And I'm like, okay, well, it's still fun. And then obviously I ended up becoming an audio editor. I didn't even have to audition for that. I went to Michael. I was like, can I audio edit? And he was like, okay. I was like, oh, I feel like this maybe should have been harder. And then for 7, it was just like, and all the other roles, it was just like auditioning. And then the song, the recap song, like working in the music was funny because I just went to them and I was like, can I write a song? And they were like, okay. And I was like, you guys got to stop just letting me do this stuff. I could have churned out like the worst song and they would have had to do it. Like, I don't know why they let me do any of this. But yeah.
I mean, I've got a bit of a follow-up question about that because what I was about to ask you was like how did it feel to actually make the song for BFB?
Oh my God, it was actually incredible. Like, it was a really amazing experience because I was talking to Samuel Thornberry, the writer, and he was basically, you should just go for it. Because I've been wanting to make a song for the channel for a while, and doing it, the recap song was like the big idea. And I was like, okay. So I went to music production. I was like, can I do this? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, because there was a channel on the Discord called Music Production. And I was like, I just went in and I was like, can I do it? And they were like, okay. And I was like, okay. And I started writing it. And it was just an amazing experience being able to like write this song and like have like Satomi tell me like, you know, help me with it, and like Sam and stuff, and have people, because I'm not like the best BFB watcher in the world. I've only ever seen the season, like every season once. So I had to go through all of BFB and like write down the most important stuff and like figure out what was going to be interesting or not. And it was just super fun. I had such a great time. And like hearing my voice on the channel, like my singing voice, and being able to say like 1 million people have heard me sing is like, I would have never had this opportunity without Jack and Jellify. So it means a lot to me.
Alrighty, well, Ian, since you're the last one to answer, would you like to go now?
I mean, yeah. So I wasn't part of the gigantic like overhaul of the BFB Jack and Jellify like crew. So you know, I felt a little left out for a few months, but then like out of nowhere, and like sometime in September, Satomi messaged me asking, "Hey, can you give some sample lines because we need an extra part for something?" And I was like, "Oh, she wants me to like do a voice for like a Teapot recommended character." And then so I did the sample lines. I sent them to her. Didn't think of it. And then I actually went to get dinner. I was eating out that night, and I went to get dinner. And when I got back into my dorm, I was at college during the time. I saw a message from Michael, Carrie, and Sam. And the first one I opened was Michael's, and it said, "Hey Ian, do you want to be the new voice of Gelatin?" And I was like, "Yes, what the fuck?" And then I learned that Graham Taylor had left literally like that day, and the episode was supposed to come out by the end of the week. It was so rushed, but it was really exciting, like nonetheless. I was very scared during my first set of lines. I think that it was pretty obvious looking back, but it was still a good time regardless.
I mean, how did it feel finally, like coming out of BFB voicing Gelatin after the finale? Because honestly, like, we're very proud of Jack and Jellify for getting another season of their show finally finished.
Yeah, that was really cool. Like knowing that like it was the second season to actually be finished.
Yeah.
So it's a thing that happens once every 9 years, I guess. But it was really cool, and like Gelatin having like such a huge part in the finale. Like he had the most lines. He had like 80 something. It was insane. But yeah, and Gelatin was already a character that I had liked. Like he was one of my favorite characters ever since like he debuted in like BFDIA. So getting to voice him, like if I wouldn't be so grateful if I had to voice like a fucking like bottle or something.
Ian, you get to voice Cake, who everyone loves.
like the fact that it's Gelatin, like an extremely iconic character from BFDIA, that's what made it like so cool.
I'm just going to ask this because I don't have like this written down just for fun. Like what? If you guys got a chance to voice any character from BFB, who would you voice? Like obviously for Ian, if you didn't got to voice Gelatin, who would you have chosen to voice?
Oh wait, I don't know what voices would suit me. Michael and Carrie have like such like distinct voices. I don't know if I would be able to do a voice better.
I would have to voice Blocky.
Blocky?
Love Blocky. I don't think I would sound like Blocky. I just like the voice. I like the character.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I wouldn't want to. I like all the character voices so much that I would feel. I don't know. I don't feel like I would do them justice. That's like, you know, because my favorite character is Donut, but I wouldn't want to voice Donut because his voice is like one of the reasons why I like him so much. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a hard question.
Oh, Joseph, what about you? Because I mean, your voice role in Teapot wasn't that much, so
It still counts. I mean, my favorite character is Coiny, so I guess I'll have to go with Coiny.
Oh no, Coiny is my favorite overall, in my opinion.
Yes.
Coiny's great.
Like I like the interaction between Pen and Coiny within not only BFB but as well as for like the first episode of Teapot.
Coiny is just a good, nice character because he's really competitive, and that's what I like.
Yeah.
Fair enough, right? Okay, so let's get back onto the more serious kind of thing. When I can't really get all of you to all answer this, probably, I don't know yet. But because like when you all got told like, oh, by the way, we're gonna have a season 5 of BFB. Like what did you guys feel about that? Like when Teapot was originally said by.
I was like kind of like shocked.
Yeah.
At first I was like, this doesn't seem like a good idea, but
Yeah, I didn't
but,
really
like,
understand what was going on. Like, I didn't actually get what was happening. It was kind of weird and scary at first, honestly. But everything turned out okay.
although now, like as time went on, I was like, yeah, this is a way better idea, and
Yeah.
I'm happy that it ended up like this because I really like both of them.
Yeah, it's the same story for me.
I mean, hey, when Michael and Kerry came up to you about voicing to Nile, like, what was going on in your head?
Oh, I mean, I feel like it's such a boring answer. I was just like, I was just surprised. I just couldn't believe it was me. You know, it was like to be in the community for so long and to like get to voice like a BFDI host. It's like it was just surreal. Like I didn't believe it. I was just like, yes, oh my god, that's like amazing. And I was the whole process of it was just it didn't feel real. And still, like watching like Teapot back and hearing my voice, it's really strange. But yeah, it's amazing. It's really, really cool.
Alrighty. Out of all the episodes that you have helped with, with not only BFB but as well as Teapot, if you want to answer for episode 1, what was your most favorite episode to contribute in? Either for voicing or for animation.
Probably I'd say 29. I did a pretty good amount of work for 29 of BFB, and I also got to make the really, really cruddy purple face intro song where I just just slammed a bunch of piano keys down for like the purple faces torture time, and it's like really bad. I thought that was really fun. So I had a lot of fun there.
For me, it was probably like either like Teapot 1 just because it was like so big and grand and I did a lot for it, or BFB 15 because I was still like a newbie in BFB 15, but it was like so fun to work on because there were so many like big actiony bits that I could do, and like lots of like stuff was flying across the screen that was fun to animate, and like I would just like stay up all night just like working on it because it was so much fun. Yeah.
For me, I would probably like. So I only did voice acting, but like episode 28 and 29 were probably my favorites to voice act because they were just like really fun episodes. Like I didn't have to put too much thought into like being serious. Like I liked BFB 30, but like doing that monologue where Gelatin speaks for like a minute straight, like over and over again, was so like frustrating. Episodes 28 and 29 were just so much more like fun to do. It was fun to just like do a silly Gelatin voice.
Yeah.
For me, I guess it would just have to be like Teapot 1, like because it just being such a big part of that was that was amazing. Either that or BFB 13 because it was my first, and it was really cool. So that's my answers.
Alrighty. We're going to put a pause on these BFB questions for now, and I'm wanting to now solely focus on for the shows for the main creators, i.e. for the other three. So Ian, I'm sorry, you might have to set for a teeny bit.
Okay.
So just going to go first from the list I have here, which is funnily enough Griffin. Griffin, when you were making Excellent Entities, were you expecting the large following that was going to be coming behind?
That's not in season. Well, in season 1, okay. So when you start making a show or you start making any project, you are delusional. Fact number 1: when you make something for the first time and you have no idea what you're doing, you have this like idea that you're really good at it for a first timer. So I remember making like the season 1 and being like, why is my show is so good and everyone thinks it's bad, and why am I so unpopular? And then you go back and watch it and you're like, wow, couldn't have done a worse job. So no, in season 1 I expected something and didn't get a lot. Season 2 was really when it came into my own. I remember episode 9 is when the show took a turn, and people started liking it for the first time ever. Episode 9 was the first episode I ever released where it wasn't immediately like a barrage of hate. It was like people actually enjoyed it. So I didn't expect it. After so long of being like torn down and making silly content that people didn't like, I did not expect the show to finally like really blow up at that point. And then it did. And then especially like coming to like the finale and being probably the first animated show to finish a season 2 in the object show community, like, and having this big fan base and such an amazing reaction to it. It was a mind blowing to finally kind of like feel like I did it. Like I finally had a place in this community as a creator. I finally did something notable. It was the first time I'd ever felt like that. And I didn't expect it at all. It felt amazing.
Alrighty. The next question I've got for you is obviously, like, what was your favorite episode to create for the entirety of Excellent Entities? That would be either from season 1, which
no, it's not season 1,
or season 2.
I think I have to say the finale. Like I don't know if there's any other. I mean, it took a year, and all of these guys know how much like time I had spent doing it and like talking about it and thinking about it. And the finale, everything that happens in the finale was in the works for about 7 years. All of the ideas going into it and all the plans. And I remember telling Niall like 6-7 years ago about the idea of me waking up in my bed and being cocky. And I remember sending like the edited video and Niall being like, I can't believe it's like come finally there. Like that's what you've been talking about. It's actually there. And it's like weird. Yeah, but and then episode 50, like I did all the music in the background, and I did probably I think like 25.5 minutes of the animation out of the 28. And then I did all the audio, a lot of the voice acting. Like it is like my baby. Like it is the amalgamation of everything I have been working towards my entire career in the last 9 years in this community. Everything, the music, the voice acting, the animation, the audio, the graphics. I did all the backgrounds. Everything in it was mine, essentially, except for like a few things here and there. And so it has to be episode 15.
If there was anything you got to change from like the entirety of the season, I know I asked you this funnily enough like yesterday, but like if you had anything to change within not only season 2 but from season 1, would you have that? What would you want to change?
I probably would have just trusted my gut more. There was a time like the kind of like dark ages of EEE was about episodes 4 to 8, where I sort of in 4 and 5 I was trying to like be something for this community. That was during the time the community really cared about character development for some reason. It was like a buzzword, and I really wanted to fit in. I wanted people to like my show, so I tried like forcing my characters into situations to have them grow. And then episodes 6, 7, and 8 were like the rebellion to that, where I was like, no character development, none of the show makes sense. This is what you guys didn't want, so I'm giving it to you. And so all those episodes, like I can't even watch them. They're all so weird and like bad. So I would definitely would have just trusted my gut and kept doing what I was doing, as opposed to listening to what other people were saying. So
I've just saw this in the live chat, and I really need to put this up here.
Sorry, Joseph.
Speaking of, let's talk about it. So, Joseph,
not much to talk about there.
Not a lot to talk about, but there is. So let's just get off to the biggest one. What exactly happened? Like obviously you had this new show that was coming out like what was it 3-4 years now ago?
Yeah. So basically I wrote the script like 2016, and like I wrote it like in a call with like one of my friends, and we're just like basically putting in like a bunch of random jokes in it and then like as I would like listen to like the audio of the episode and like watch back scenes while I was making it. Like at first, like I did a lot of stuff for it, and I got a lot of progress done. But then it like slowed down, and then I would rewatch it and be like, "Ugh," like I'm like, "Am I gonna be putting this on my YouTube channel?" And I'm like, and like the more like time went on, the more I felt that, and I was like, I don't like, and I wasn't really having fun making it at that point. And I was just like trying to like, okay, I'll just finish this episode, I guess. But then like for a while I thought like I was almost done with the episode, but then like I looked back at like one day I just looked back at all the stuff I'd done, and I was like, I am only like 2/3 the way done in the episode, and I'm like, oh, this is just boring to make. But so that's the story with that.
There's also the fact that like some parts of the episode haven't aged well.
Yeah.
All of our voices sound like we're like toddlers.
I actually sound like a child in the episode.
That was like my first time like writing and like voice acting, and like, looking back, I just like I can't watch some scenes. I just like can't watch because like it's just so bad. But so
like we were just talking about that the other day. Just like imagine that we're being released in 2021 and just hearing Webb's child voice still.
I think animation wise, like it holds up, but like it's not something I would like make the whole episode just so people can watch the animation. But who knows? Maybe something will happen in the future. But that Code Red that iteration of Code Red is probably not gonna happen.
I mean,
but like I said, it will be done before I die. So
wow,
that's a promise I'm gonna keep.
I mean, from that iteration, how much was actually done, if I'm allowed to ask?
I would say, I mean, I can check. I have like a spreadsheet for it. But I think like around like 2/3 of it were done. Like a lot of the stuff that was done for it, I thought there was a lot done because like there was so much like I wrote down like this scene is done, but then I look back at those things, like I would animate like 10 seconds and then get bored of it and then just like close out of the file and then just forget about it, and then I just like think it was done, but it wasn't.
It didn't help that
like
it was
half of it.
It was like a massive episode too. It was like,
Yeah.
It was like extremely like you had so much for it. Like
it wasn't like a super long episode, but it like I had a lot going on in it. I think it was gonna be like 16 minutes long. But there was a lot packed into it. But and
16 minutes doesn't seem that long.
Yeah, it was, but
like object shows have put out like 25 to 40 minutes BFB finale.
Yeah, I just got bored of working on it, and like I'd open up a scene and then I'd see where I left off, and I'd be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. That's just so much work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, that's just going to be stupid asking, but if there was anything you would change from the experience you had from then to now, would you have told
I would
your younger self, like,
I mean, if there was something I would do, is I would actually like I would, if this was like 4 years ago, I would just like tell myself to finish it and then just get it out and then just like let it be out there, and then like people watch it, like, you could be like, oh hey, this is like a little project I made when I was 14. But now like if I release it, I'm like, oh, I'm like 19, and like that's like I'm like animating my 14-year-old self. Like that's like weird.
Alrighty, well, let's get to our final person here, Nile. Obviously,
Hello.
You've got two different iterations of Object Overload. Care to explain? I know this story has already been explained as to why you've rebooted the series before, but like, would you be able to explain for anybody who still doesn't know?
Sure. I mean, honestly, it's like all that time is really like it's kind of messed together a little bit. But I remember I was working on episode 6, and I was animating like the scene after the elimination, which I'd skipped over animating the elimination because I was so bored of it. I thought it was like a rubbish scene, and it probably doesn't help that I would script every episode in like an hour, and then I would just be like, okay, perfect, time to make it. I would just, that's just how my process would be. And I was just animating this scene, and I was like, oh my god, like this actually sucks. Like how does this suck so much? Like this is actually the most heinous thing I've ever done in my whole life. I don't want to do this anymore. And then I canceled Object Overload. I was like, no more Object Overload ever. And then I waited like a couple of weeks, and I was like, I actually liked doing that. And then I was like, well, I don't want to go back to doing that old one again. I'll make a new one, and this time it'll be exactly how I like it to be. And then I changed around the cast and everything, and I basically just made the same show again. Like, I didn't actually change that. I didn't really improve very much, apart from the animation. The animation's the only thing about the reboot that I think is actually a step up, really, from the original, and like little technical things here and there. And then after I finished that first episode, everyone was like so nice about it. And then I was like, you know what? I've done it justice. And then I just lost all motivation. I didn't want to work on it anymore. Like, that was just it. And I could never get the ball rolling on episode 2. And that's just how like the Object Overload story ended for a while. But hopefully that will not be the case for much longer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, one of the things I was going to say to you as well is like which iteration between between the first version and the second version was your favorite? Like, obviously, I think.
Oh, the second one. The first one's horrible. It's like I can't even watch those episodes. Like, it actually is like I wouldn't. Like, the audio is the most cringy thing for me. It's like I would open up Audacity and I would have the script and I wouldn't like start or end recordings or anything. I would just sit there with the script open and just read the lines in order. And like that's what I would just do. I would just do one take for each line, and each one it's just so terrible. Like I actually can't stand it. I can't watch them. It's really awful for me. I just hate it. For me, at least the reboot of episode 1 is like watchable. Like I can watch that and be like, you know what, you did a good job. But the originals are just like horrific. Like actually like bad content.
I tried to watch an episode the other day. I opened up, I think, episode 5 of OO. Is that the one that starts with Marble and Pearly?
Yes!
I was like, oh my god!
It's actually like heinous content. It shouldn't be allowed on
terrible.
Those videos. I can't believe those videos actually still get views. It's actually like tragic for the community. It's
still get views.
They still get all those episodes still get like a couple thousand views a day. It's actually tragic.
I was like, oh my god! I felt so bad. I was like, Nile has tabs on his channel.
At the time, that was the pinnacle of the OSC.
No, so... At the time, like, I remember you went into this, like, you were delusional when you make it. Like, I would make Object Overload and I'd put an episode out. I'd work on it for like 10 days and I'd put it out and be like, this is just awesome. But it was not. It was actually crap. And I wouldn't even rewatch the episodes before I put them up. I'd put them in Movie Maker and render them in like the worst quality. I would render them, I would export them from Flash in like 360p and then I would render them in Movie Maker as 1080p even though it did nothing. And then I wouldn't even watch them back. I would just slap them on YouTube, put in my creepy tags that just spam every object show in it so I get views on it, and then that was it. Just evil. Actually, like, evil content made by a stupid kid.
It went from heinous to evil.
It actually is. Those videos are evil. Like, no one should have to be subjected to
that. Your show had one of the first instances of, like, oh, I made my cast? I just remembered I have 4 OCs I really like now. I'm gonna put them in the show.
No, yeah, I was like, I made the OO cast, and I finished episode 2, and I was at my nana's house, like on the carpet, like drawing in like my big drawing pad, and I was like, this is so much fun. And I drew television, and I was like, no way, did I just come up with the best design ever? And I was like, this has to be in my show. And I was like, well, I can't just have one character debut. That's weird. I'll do 2. And then I was like, no. I'll do a vote between which characters I should add. So I did like the thing on my channel that was like, who should join, Fly Swat or Lucky? And I was like, you know, I'll put both of them in. I'll put both of them in. And I was like, well, 3 is like a weird number, so I'll just add a 4th one too. And I added Tiki, who and that like started like a little bit of a trend where people would just be like, well, episode 3, time to have a bunch of debuts, I guess. That just became like a thing. The only thing I will give Object Overload ever is that I think that Object Overload innovated some of the animation in the community.
Oh, definitely.
And, 1000%.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
1000%.
The animation of Object Overload, I think some of it is pretty good for the time. That's all I'll give it. Everything else is like, if you can just mute Object Overload and watch the animation, then go for it. But you know, do not listen to it. Do not subject yourself to the content there. It's not worth it.
Would you put yourself through the torture and watch all 6 episodes of the older version?
Oh, I mean, I had like an idea for a video. I wanted to do this for like Object Overload's like a birthday or something. I was just gonna react to them all because I haven't watched those episodes in so long. I watched the first one every now and then, like the reboot first one, because it's nice to look back on it because I made such a huge cartoon in like a short amount of time for me. I mean, it took like 7 months or something, but for me that's pretty short because I'm such a slow worker. So I'm proud of it. But yeah, the first ones I haven't watched them in like a long time, and I'm going to make like a video probably reacting to them all, and I'm just gonna see how that goes. I'll probably like cringe to death while I'm watching it, but you know, just how it has to be.
Here live now, Burns. He watched his own show and died from it.
Probably what's gonna happen. I can't take it.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like Webs would follow you behind if he'd done the same thing for season 1.
Oh God, we watched the finale. I was in a call and we watched the finale a couple of weeks ago, and it was way worse than I remembered it being. I was like, oh my God. Actual dirt in my screen.
Okay, I think to be fair to you, like the very beginning of like EE, like episode 1 is like that's like an iconic like scene. Like,
oh my God, I'm bored. Me too. Is like
yeah. If it was like an object show museum, that would be like playing on like the big screen in the object museum, like for everyone to see. Like that is actually like an iconic moment.
I didn't realize when people would always say like, "Oh, object shows start with like, oh, I'm bored, me too." Like I never realized that I actually started that.
Yeah,
you're the pioneer of that.
That and bringing the word entities into this community are two things I will always like regret.
Yeah.
That and that one like bent pointing shaking arm that everyone always forgets.
Oh my God, they forget. They were like pointing in their hands like shaking. Yeah,
that was me. I did that, and I didn't mean to, and I ruined everything.
No, whenever anyone points in like as the pointing arm and then like a thing, and they're always just shaking it. They're always they're like enraged, like looking at somebody, going like, "You."
They shake their hand around.
Yeah.
Boiling.
I mean, somebody asked this earlier in the chat, and I was going to get to it to this point now. So I'm going to ask, what was your plan with the alliance now?
Of me?
Like, yeah, like what were you planning to do with the alliance for Object Overload?
Oh, nothing. Like it's just like, you know, I didn't even know what an alliance was until I watched BFDI. And I was like, oh, alliance is just like a group of friends that just chill out together. Like, you know, at the time, I mean, the whole alliance concept is like, in that context, is based on like Survivor and stuff with like, you know, you ally to vote together. Like, I didn't even realize that having an alliance in like BFDI or whatever is like useless. So I was just like, I'll put an alliance in my show. And they didn't do anything. Like the alliance, all they did, I made fun of this in my like, episode 7 video. All they do is they go up into the clubhouse and they sit there during challenges, like doing nothing. That's all they did. And like all of them were gonna get like really far. They were all gonna like get to the end of the show.
Wasn't like one of them gonna get out in like episode 8 or something? Like, it was like gonna be like dismantled immediately.
It was like, okay, so the whole thing was like they were gonna. Well, I mean, Object Overload had a pretty huge cast. So early, it was like they were gonna lose someone at like the final 13 or something. Like, oh God forbid. But then in the original version, the whole thing was that like the rest of them would all get to the end, and Fly Swat was going to win the original. There's a bit of like insight for you guys.
Wait, Fly Swat was going to win Object Overload, like the original.
Yeah, and because Fly Swat was like the. What I did was to decide the winner. Like the winner would always change for Object Overload. The first winner was Kite because that was like the fan favorite, and then the winner became Masky. The Masky became the winner because I wanted to like subvert expectations. Like no one would expect Masky to win, but the reason no one would expect Masky to win is because she's like rubbish. And then I was like, okay, I'll go back to the thing of like who's the fan favorite. And every comment I would ever get on Object Overload was like, oh, Fly Swat's so cute. So I decided that I would make Fly Swat the winner, and that's what I would use to decide the winner. And it would change like every couple months. Was like just based on who the community liked the most, and they would win the season, and that was it. Yeah, so that's what the alliance was going to be. They just did nothing, but they were all going to get far.
Oh crap! A degenerate has joined the chat.
Oh my God, Quicksand. No. Quicksand Queen, you owe Ian and I, well, you owe me $100, but I was going to split it between me and Ian. Because me and Ian spent nights. I put a 30-minute Morse code clip into a Morse code translator to figure out who Mystery was, and you owe us $100, and I want my money.
Is this how we did it? Is this how we finally get the money?
I was gonna say. And I was gonna say, Andy, that Ian does have a project in the works. Because Ian doesn't have he has an object show, but like it's been out of the works for like 40 years. But yeah. Ian and I do have something. If you'd like to
say, it's not a secret, really. It's Starlight.
Yeah, Ian and I are the lead song creators for Starlight. So I've been writing the lyrics, and Ian has been producing these like magnificent instrumental tracks. It's really cool.
I wish we could like give a sneak peek, but
You're absolutely not allowed to do that.
we are
so-
not allowed to.
just trust us on this one. They sound great.
Yeah.
And go
This is
subscribe to Phoebe BB.
Yeah, this is on Phoebe BB's channel. So subscribe to Phoebe if you want to hear our great music in like 2048.
I was gonna say coming out in either like a year or 12 doesn't really. I mean, give or take.
I mean, with that being said, should we move on to our final object creator here?
Who is the final one?
Obviously, me, obviously.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Ian, how did it feel to be Insane Fury?
Well, okay. Insane Fury.
Classic.
Classic. Absolute classic.
Actually,
It was
really classic. It's actually.
It was
It is.
the second show of 2013 behind Bodo. I am always bitter. But I mean, okay, the first Insane Fury, like, okay, the way Niall was describing how crap OO was, Insane Fury had the exact same techniques, but crapper. Like, like, not only would I like voice act the scene with my brother, like doing the lines one after another, it was like. We would voice act a scene. We would write a scene, voice act it. I would animate it, and then we would move on to the next scene to write it.
Then you would upload it. Part one, your episode 1 was in like 3 parts, and every part was like 20 seconds long.
I remember being so excited for like all the parts. Like when one could out, go like, I can't wait for part 2.
No, yeah, yeah, same.
Yeah.
It was the worst like possible way you could have done an episode. I don't regret it because I think episode 1 is funny as fuck. It is so fucking funny, but it was very clear that the show is not going to last long, and it didn't. So
I mean, to be fair, let's ask this. When's episode 3?
Well, I mean, I don't think I've actually officially announced it, but it has been canceled. The second episode 2 came out, I canceled it. Like, I knew there's absolutely no way that I would get episode 3 done. The only thing done of episode 3 was like I wrote the first scene and had the idea for the challenge and like who would be up for elimination. That is it. There's absolutely nothing done of episode 3. There's no like, what was left of episode 3 video coming out soon. There's literally nothing. Episode 1 and 2 were just like way too like much for me because I did essentially everything. The only thing I didn't do was was like 2 scenes in episode 2, and my brother did all the voice acting for half the cast. But oh my god, not to throw shade at my brother, he was a terrible voice actor. I mean, I'm sure he knows, or it's like he knew that he was a really bad voice actor back then, but oh my god, I wasn't much better, but like, oh, Jesus Christ. I knew like by the time episode 2, episode 2 took like a year and a half to finish. It was okay. I actually finished all the animation in episode 2 like 9 months after like production started, and that was like normal pace for me. And then I just had to do lip syncing and like 2 more scenes, and then I just didn't do it for like a full year.
Didn't you have Cormac do your lip syncing?
Yes, I had Cormac Oliver do the lip syncing for like half the scenes because I just didn't want to do it. To be fair, one of the scenes was completely corrupted, and it was just a complete pain to like get anything to work. Cormac got it done in a night. Like I could have gotten the episode done like almost a full year before if I just got Cormac to lip sync like 7 scenes because he got it done in less than a week, and
Yeah,
then I
Cormac's
would,
a workhorse. Cormac will just work. That's just he's got a great
Never
work ethic.
stops.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cormac doesn't get burnt out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cormac is like the secret weapon behind all of the OSC.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets enough credit for how much work he does.
Yeah. I
Not
agree.
He is, he's the driving force behind a lot of our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He never stops.
I did want to say though, I think I have both you and Niall beat on the crappiest way to make an episode. Because episode 1 of Excellent Entities didn't have a script. And
really?
what I did was, so the debut, Anime Studio debut could only have 2 audio tracks, but I didn't understand how to like splice audio together. So I would record audio, but then I couldn't record enough audio. Like I would record every line individually. So I was like, okay, I won't animate the scenes with any audio. So I just lip synced what I thought they'd be saying and then put it into iMovie and then record it. I dubbed over it, which is why they talk like that. Which is why they talk like,
Oh my god!
I have an idea. We should make our own object show.
I didn't know that. That's actually crazy.
That's why I sound like something's wrong with me.
I
It's
like
not because
how
I couldn't
every single
read.
one of us-
It's because I was trying to dub over lines that didn't exist, and I didn't know what the lines were because I didn't write them down.
I like how every single one of us somehow bested each other in making a terrible like first episode. Like Joseph was like, "Oh, I would open up Flash and then not do it for just I would only do like 10 seconds and then say the scene was done." And then I did the entire episode in one document, and then I wrote every scene one at a time and then animated them one at a time, and then Webz comes in with the fucking clutch of somehow making an episode
He does
worse.
it backwards.
That doesn't is backwards. That is completely the wrong way you're supposed to do it.
I animated the episode and then wrote the script in my head as I was like dubbing over it. Which is why, and I did that for episode 2 as well. It wasn't until Mega Animazing was like, first off, get Anime Studio Pro. Second off, this is a Google document, and we're gonna write the script in it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I saw someone ask in the chat who would have been eliminated in episode 3 of Insane Fury. It was
I
Sock.
was going to say let's go straight back into like live chat questions for the next 3 minutes, so that way we can have these done. So first of all, answer this.
Yeah, it was Sock. He had like I forget how many votes he had. The poll, I accidentally left the poll in the description for like way too long, so it got way more votes because it somehow went public again. But yeah, Sock got eliminated. He got like double the amount of votes. I don't even remember how many votes I got. It was like something like 1,000. I think he got like 300. So yeah, that's who would have been eliminated in episode 3.
Oh jeez. I'm sorry. I still have that fucking image of Webz just like no script trying to make an episode. that is going to be in my head for the rest of the day. What the fuck?
It's so bad. So bad.
Alrighty. Well, we've. Oh god. So Cola's just asked, do you guys have any tips for new OSC members starting out for their show?
Manage your expectations. I think like I don't like unless you're like Webz who just works way too much. Like it's going to be extremely hard for you to get like an episode out. Also, just ask for help. Like like don't put too much like work on yourself. Don't be like, I'm gonna write the episode and animate the entire thing and do all the voice acting and then do the editing. It takes so much longer than you could ever expect.
Yeah. My advice would be I think in the last couple of years, back in like the beginning of the community, it was very easy to like turn out content that was bad and let it be bad so you could get better at it. Nowadays, it's become a lot harder to like put out content and not get like a lot of criticism for it. Where it's a lot less forgiving nowadays, and I think you have to be able to get past that, because I know that it's the reason why a lot of shows have an episode 1 come out they get criticism, and then they reboot it. You have to let yourself be bad at making content in order to get good at making content. The first step of getting good at something is to be bad at it. So whatever that Adventure Time quote is, and it's true because we all started out much worse. But if we had just like stopped and kept trying to do the same thing over and over again, we would have never gotten anywhere.
There's also like a ton of resources now, like a lot more than we had when we were starting out. There's so many resources on like how to animate and like
it's crazy now how much there is out there for you to just like learn how to do it. Because back then the way I would learn how to animate object shows was I would look at BFDI scenes I liked and I would just reanimate the whole thing and then I would learn along the way, that's how I would do it. But now you can just open up the file and look at how it was made, like the actual like scene itself, which is
download the BFB resources.
Yeah, I did that with that was how I learned how to use Flash, was the Inanimate Insanity, that the live stream where Adam was like, hey guys, all your auditions sucked. Here's how you actually do it. And then I downloaded it and I was like, what is this ease, this bounce back motion? And I was like, okay, I'll just do that over and over again. So I think it's the only, that is one of the best ways to do it. Just open up a Flash file, see what they're doing, and figure it out.
Someone has actually pointed out for Nile, how was it to be in CTC?
Okay, I love this question, and I'm glad that it was asked. So CTC for me is like CTC is like my favorite thing in the world. Like I love CTC. Credit to CTC is Joseph's camp. I assume most people in the community know what a camp is. A camp is just like it's like a little competition that you make an object character and you play as it's like an object show, but you actually like play as your character. And CTC, I was really, really passionate about CTC, and CTC is something that is like, I'm a very hard person to motivate, but something about CTC really, really motivated me. Like, for me, I'll animate like a second a day, like on a good day. I'm a very lazy person, but something about CTC, like the competitive like aspect of CTC, I would animate like 3 minutes, like in a single day. And it was just because I loved CTC so much and I loved competing and I loved winning and stuff like that. It was so much fun. And CTC, that's basically like what I did in 2019. If I had to like define 2019 for me, it would be CTC All Stars. And I'm just very glad that someone asked that question because CTC is like a very big deal to me, and it means a lot that someone cares about it as well.
You got your nice podium.
I have. So when a season finishes of CTC, Joseph makes like a chart of all of the contestants that are in the order that they were eliminated. And for my birthday, my kind mother actually got like a printed picture of the CTC elimination order of the season that I won, and I have it framed above me right now next to my desk. And every time I'm feeling down, I look up and I see my little character on that first place podium, and it just makes me feel so happy. And like I've been saying for a long time, I wish I knew how to like harness that like the evil rabid energy that came out during CTC that allowed me to be so motivated. I wish I could harness that and use it in everything I do, because I could actually I could finish an Object Overload episode in like 5 days if I could somehow like bottle that like spirit and just use it whenever I wanted to. So thank you very much for the question.
Alrighty, with that being said, we're gonna go on our break for now. So if you guys want to say anything before we go off for our break, please say now.
I mean, I saw another question. I'm sorry, but what are your thoughts on general trend towards original music and object shows nowadays? I think that is like the next step that the OSC needs to go in.
Audio processing and music production are the two biggest things going on right now in the community, new, that we have not like crossed before. Love it. I love the new music that people are doing.
Yeah. It's cool to see that like step, because the OSC has gone like, animation was like the huge focus, and then after that it became like writing was the huge focus, then assets were the huge focus, and now it's cool that like audio is a huge focus, because all of these are really important things in making a show. And obviously the more effort that gets put into them, the better at everything everybody becomes, and object shows in general will just improve, which I really like. So yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah. And I think like music production was something that was like really missing, because everyone was using just Kevin MacLeod for a decade. So it's like
There's nothing wrong with Kevin MacLeod. Just to be clear, Kevin MacLeod
there's,
is
there's
great.
nothing wrong with Kevin MacLeod. He is a great resource for people like starting out. But I think like the having original music can really just like you can make the show completely your own now.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see how this community's become like a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
People do everything, and we try to criticize people for like, oh, your show's writing is good but the animation isn't, or vice versa, or the audio, blah blah. The fact people can do one of these things well is amazing. People who can do all of them are like superheroes.
Yeah. And I think it's cool that the community is a space where like people with all different like talents can thrive. Basically, you know, there are so many things that people can contribute to the shows, and I think it's cool that audio is finally getting some time in the spotlight. I think it's neat, and music production too. It just opens many doors for more talented people to do stuff in object shows and get well known for it.
Alrighty, well, before you guys continue speaking, we will be going on our break now.
Whoops. I can go on about that. It's something I'm really passionate about.
Yeah, so let's get Ian out of here first of all, just before he gets another question out here. Alrighty, well, we'll be going on to our break for about 5 minutes now. We're going to change it from 10 to 5 because blame Ian. So yeah, we'll be back in 5 minutes, and then we're going to play a game of Object Pictionary. So we'll be back soon. Let me just slam this on screen now. So yeah, we'll be back soon. See you. And we are back. Let's get everyone in here, see if they're still.
Yay!
Yay.
Still here.
Also, keeps on putting us into the wrong order. Ew. Alrighty, so right, so you ready for Object Pictionary?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty, so here's how the game's going to work. We're going to be playing through Aggie.io. It's the links in private chat for the ones who are not in there yet. But basically, we will be drawing a character from any object show. Nile will be giving us our character that we'll be drawing. He'll DM us he'll DM us through Discord.
I made a big list.
Of a character to draw. We will have 1 minute to basically decide whether or not you guys can guess which character we're drawing. And like for the person who guesses the character correctly, they get a point, an extra point if they can get what object show they're from. And the first person to 5 points wins. And what will they win? Bragging rights.
Yes.
We love ourselves some bragging rights. And I'm just gonna warn you guys right now. I'm terrible at drawing, so
No worries, so am I.
I'm bad at drawing on stream. Like I cannot draw in front of an audience at all.
I am going to be drawing with my mouse because I don't have my tablet plugged in. So this is just going to be great.
I'm drawing with my mouse.
we're going to quickly show the window now, so hold on. Should be showing up on stream. Hold on.
And
There it is. Yes.
Yay.
Alrighty, so who would like to go first between us? Also, I'm going to put Nile on top since he's the one going to be giving us what character, basically, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's just go top to bottom, or at least on the stream.
Yeah, we can do that. So, for some reason, it's not letting me swap with Nile. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
no.
With that being said, Ian, it looks like you're going first.
Joseph, you're evil. You did this on purpose.
Okay. So, shall I DM Ian on Discord the character that he will be drawing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Give him the object show as well.
Okay. Ian,
Oh no.
there you go.
I have the timer here.
Oh, okay.
Also-
Okay. Easy.
Also, are we're competing against like each other, right? We just blurt out the answer,
Yeah.
or we're competing
So,
against like.
we're competing against each other.
basically, just basically blab out the answer the minute you know what Ian's drawing. If you don't get it by the end of the timer, then Ian will get the point. So,
Oh wait. So am I trying to throw them off?
sort of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What?
You're just gonna draw like a line. And then that's gonna be it.
Don't draw like a,
Right.
don't draw like a scribble or a line.
I don't
Alright,
think
so-
I can possibly throw you guys off on this one. This one's too easy.
Right. 3, 2, 1, go.
What? Where is it? Oh, it's so thin. Why is it also gray?
I think you can
Maybe
pick the color, right?
You can pick another color from there. Is it
Oh, the opacity
firework?
is 23%.
firework?
Is it
No.
firework?
No.
Oh, gonna have to wait.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
Vote for Bodo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have to say the show name too?
No, you
Yeah,
just get an extra.
you get an extra point if you say the show name.
Okay.
Vote from
So
Bodo.
who was that there?
Me.
Who was
Yeah,
that
That
there?
was, that was Joseph.
Yeah, right, okay. So Joseph, you've got 2 points.
Yes.
Are we keeping track of this anywhere?
Niall, can you keep track of it?
Oh,
Yeah,
I can
Niall, I was
keep
gonna say-
okay. Hold on, I've got to open up a new document. Okay. All good.
Also,
Alright,
I'm gonna say, don't get rid of the drawings. Just keep them there and just shrink them down when you're done. That way you have, like, this big time.
these need to be preserved. These masterpieces. They
Okay.
should,
How do you
You
shrink
can
it
finish
down?
You can finish the drawing off right now if you want.
You got a
while you do
transform
that-
tool on the side.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there
Okay,
My
so
masterpiece.
Andy, you're up next, right?
Yep. So just DM me the character so that we at least
Okay,
hopefully I know what object.
there, send it on Discord.
Okay, let's see. Oh, this is easy. Right, okay. Hold on, let me get on there. Fuck. I'm just going to make this fair for you, just so that way I can just set this up, so that way you just can actually see what I'm drawing.
Mhm.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh god, this is already terrible.
Bowl cut.
Are you? Is that it?
That's it. Good luck, guys.
Dirt.
Andy.
Is Andy gone?
Andy? What happened?
There goes the thing.
What happened to Andy? Are we still streaming?
What's back?
Yeah, we're still streaming.
So, guys.
Hi, sorry.
Welcome back.
Somebody from my family downstairs decided to be an idiot and just slam the internet on the wall. The timer went off, but I'm going to put it back to where it was. Where my internet disconnected, so that was 40 seconds still left.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to continue now. So go.
Donut.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh,
Yes. Nice. That's 2 points for Ian.
Oh, you're gonna finish it off?
Yeah, why not? I hate this already.
That means I'm up. Oh gosh.
Kill this with fire.
What's your close with bowl cut?
Bowl cut.
That kind of rhymes a little bit, almost.
Oh my god, yeah, downward bowl cut. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Trying to resize this. How do I resize this again? Fuck.
You go on the transform tool on the side. It's like a square with boxes on it. And then you just select it.
Oh yeah, the timer. I forgot the timer. Hold on. What did you say? The box at the side?
So yeah, there's a box on the side. It's on the left side.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's how
And
it
then
works, right?
you go on there's another box 3 below that. Yeah, that one. And then you can shrink it.
Right. Thank God. God, kill me. That's bad.
Or we could have just had the giant donut on there the whole time.
You can just
that would've
stack
been
our drawings on top of each other.
Makes it harder.
Let's never do that.
All right, so I guess we're taking corners. So
Okay.
Right,
just put your drawings in your own
who's
corner.
next
That's
on the order?
perfect.
I'm up next.
Yeah, okay. Webz, your character is coming in right now. I'm glad you like it.
Okay, I'm gonna
Good sign.
get the timer ready. I'm gonna start.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh God.
Mailbox?
Yeah.
what?
Whoa!
What show? What show?
OM, Object Mayhem.
Yes. Oh my god. Joseph, you're crazy at this.
Anyone in the chat makes an Among Us reference? I'm out. I leave the stream.
Yeah. It's over.
Oh God.
I can't believe you got it when it was just a blue thingy.
I was gonna
Wow.
draw Liam. I was gonna write Liam on it and everything.
Niall,
Object Mayhem
Liam.
is the first object show I worked for, and
Right, so Niall,
Yeah,
what
it's a
was the
special
point
place.
currently?
The points?
Yeah.
The points are Joseph with 4 and Ian with 2, and then everyone else with 0.
Yeah, so me and Webs are just together losing.
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay.
Right, Joseph.
Joseph,
alright,
you're up.
give me my character.
Okay. Let's see. Joseph, you have got your character now.
Okay. All right, tell me when to start.
Right. 3, 2, 1, begin.
What the heck?
No,
oh,
it's okay. Oh.
I'm gonna go
Lightning?
off of this.
BFBI, BFB.
Paintbrush.
What?
Is it paintbrush?
No.
That's
What?
no way.
Wait. This will make it easier.
Yes, no, Ian got it. Ian got it. Yeah,
I
Ian,
was
okay.
guess.
Classic boomer.
What is
moment.
that meant to be? Please, someone tell me.
Oh, it's poop. It's when he pooped on the elimination area.
Yeah, it's a classic part of EE season 1.
Yeah,
Where Broomer pooped on the elimination
like
area.
the greatest object show elimination ever. He's like,
Look at us, I'm a legend, I guess. Always
All
making
right.
really good ideas and executing them.
God. Right,
yeah, so that's
Ian, you
Joseph and
can't
Ian
do
with 4 points, and then Webs and Andy with still 0.
it. So basically, the other two just needs 1 point to win.
What? Oh, is that it? Oh, we're
Is
just
it
going to...
6?
No,
Is it
it's like the
5?
first to 5.
Oh.
Oh, I should probably
Alright.
get this then.
Yeah, you should.
Right, Ian.
Shall I? Alright, I'm
Right.
gonna start moving to. I'm gonna do an obscure one because
Oh no!
Please.
I have some more obscure. No, it's okay. It's okay. They're not super obscure, but they're more obscure than the ones I've been doing. Okay, so
Okay, good.
Ian.
that is your character.
Okay. They're gonna give this
3,
like
2, 1, go.
Okay.
Banana from
Banana.
Oh, is it
Challenge
is it
to
old?
win?
Is it?
no.
Oh, is it from Struck of the Million? Struck of the Million.
No. It's a
Boomerang.
Boomerang.
Yes,
No,
Web's
that's
got it. Web's got it.
Oh no!
Did you say what
What
show it
was
was
it?
from?
What was that?
Boomerang? I don't know. Is it the Struck
Oh,
of the
it's
Million?
no.
No, wait.
Oh,
Is this Object Mystic Island?
oh, Animation Island.
No, it's Animation Island.
Wait.
Wait, that's not where he's from though. He's from. Oh wait, no, he is. Never mind.
Animation Island. But no, I think you can only guess what it's from if you got the person.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It just means I only got 1 point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Joseph.
fuck off. Gave me a legit. You just done that, and I'm like, who the fuck?
Like I was
Okay,
watching.
that is an OG. It's the 3rd object show ever made, and
What's the other show called?
Animation
Animation
Island by
Island.
Lego TD61.
Like
He's
I'm
actually
watching
in
right
chat,
now.
I think.
Yeah.
I've never. Oh, right. Okay. Jesus.
I was gonna do
I
what's it
feel
called, like pointy or whatever, but I thought no one would
I
ever.
have a funny.
No, I
feeling
would have gotten
I've
pointed.
seen this show before. I have a
But-
funny feeling I've seen this show before. It's just not in my mind.
It was made. It was made in Paint, the first episode. So.
Oh,
that's
by the way, Lego,
Oh,
happy 10th
no,
anniversary of Animation Island. It's 10 years old this year.
Right. Nile.
Okay. This is your character. Also, if you don't know the character, then let me know and I'll give you a different one.
Right. Okay. Give me another one.
Okay.
Oh, fuck off. Why would you? Oh, no.
That's just the next one on the list.
Fuck off. Right. Okay. I guess I'm about to just. Oh, God. I'm about to offend someone here. 3. No, hold on. Let's go with agree. There we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, fuck. Wait. There we go. Wait. Hello? What? Hold on.
Oh, yep.
No, hold on. What? No, what the fuck?
You're in the right layer.
Am I?
I don't know.
Check the layers.
I'm on
Yeah, you
layer
are.
1.
Yeah, just click the. I think you're just.
Fuck off. No way.
Oh
No,
yeah,
you haven't
it's
done
because you
anything
had something selected.
This is
Okay,
like
no,
Andy, like,
you're good. You're
Like
good.
meta strategy to get us to lose.
Yeah.
No. There we go. Fuck
Okay.
off. Okay, right.
Let's restart the timer.
3, 2, 1, go.
Needle, BFTI.
No.
Airplane.
Paper airplane.
Object overload.
Oh my god,
There, yeah, you got it.
that's crazy.
Where's the beer,
No,
Joseph?
no, like,
Wait,
It was Ian.
Oh,
the minute you told me to draw him, I was like, oh, fuck me, no, I don't want to embarrass you, no.
I was like, Needle? No.
Wait, I guess Ian wins, right? Because
Yeah.
Ian has 6. So
I'm the true OG.
congratulations, Ian.
Yeah.
yeah.
I wrote down a list of like 20 object show characters. I barely got to use any of them.
Please
And
tell me. I wanted
I
like
mean,
to
do you
you know
wanna-
that thing where you kind of have like an
you wanna
immediate
do-
guess and you're hoping it's
mean-
that. I was hoping for Light Hat.
We can keep going.
Do you want to go up until 10 then?
Oh yeah, sure, that'd be fun.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I have 6 points right now.
Yeah, so the standings
four,
are
Webs is like
Ian
one.
with 6, Joseph with 4, Webs
Also,
with 1,
I just gave paper airplane fucking cat face. I hate it already, so I might as well just meme it. Anyway, right. So let's go. Fuck.
I'm up.
Alright,
I'm up. Okay.
Webs, this is your character. If you need a different one, let me know.
And I'm pretty sure. I'll just look up a quick photo because I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's just a. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, just good timer. Whenever.
3, 2, 1, go. I swear to God, is it ice cream?
No.
Thank God. Muffin? Muffin?
Cupcake from
Cupcake.
Through the Woods.
Okay, yeah, Jessica got it.
God!
It's actually crazy.
There's only one light blue cupcake out there.
I thought I finally knew something.
Oh my God! Through the Woods, classic.
Yeah.
No,
That one
I mean,
was, Through the Woods
no,
was
can I
ahead of
just
his
say-
time.
Can I just say, like, I was given that character as well, and I was like, yeah, get this. I don't know who this is.
Okay. All
My
right.
turn, right?
Okay. Oh, okay.
So let me guess, Joseph's at 8 points.
No,
No,
he's at
six.
6.
Joseph
Yeah.
at 6. Joseph, this is your character.
Are you kidding? Okay,
Oh,
fine.
3, 2,
Alright,
1, go.
Okay.
Lollipop Object Mayhem.
Circle.
Oh, it's just Shape Battle. Right?
Web's got it.
Wait,
I
is it
think.
Candy? Candy from Object Overload?
No.
No, it was,
Web's got it.
Web's got a circle from Shape Battle.
I can't ever remember if it's like Shape World or Shape Battle.
Yeah, it did it.
Okay.
I'm sucking here.
All right. Why is he squished?
It was one of those things where I had like an object immediately in my head, and you drew the circle. I really thought it was gonna be lollipop. I thought it.
Right, okay, so back to Ian.
Ian.
Alright.
Yeah, Ian. Here you go.
Okay. All right. Tell me when.
3, 2, 1, go.
This is gonna be so easy.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
No.
I heard that from Web's first.
I heard
online.
Web's
Oh,
Yes. Come back. I'm at 5.
Oh, wait. I want to finish. I want to finish my masterpiece.
You gotta you gotta
this
finish.
is supposed to be his eyes, so you gotta draw him sideways. There we go. What was that?
Dr. Fizz.
Want there, Doctor.
God. Alright, now please just give me a character.
Okay.
It's just one of those things where I've actually just gave up at this point.
All right. This is your character.
Okay, I know this bitch. Right.
All right.
I know this pathetic ass bitch. Hold on, let me just. I say that as the creator just fucking watches. There we go. Right, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Icicle.
No, icicle,
Paper
icicle,
puppets.
icicle object universe, Tooniverse.
Glass shard, paper
Glass
puppet.
shard.
Yes,
Oh.
Ian got it.
Oh my god, that's his name! I thought his name was Icicle! I always forget it! That's why I said paper puppets, but I didn't know the name of the character. Sorry, I hope Yellow's not watching this still, because he was.
Yeah, Yellow's gonna be annoyed.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
I'm
Screw you, Sam, for having the exact same looking character.
Also, if
Okay.
anybody knows what fucking moment I've got here, then yeah.
Oh, he's on his phone, and he's not
Yeah.
paying attention. The flashlight!
Yeah, that was his phone. Bitch-ass not paying attention. That's why I called him bitch-ass. I hate him.
Broke flashlight's hard.
No, I hate him as a character. If there's a person in the chat like I'm a fan of this character, I'm sorry, but you've got poor judgment.
All right,
Dang.
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right.
With that being said, I'm losing still. So
There you go, Webs. Oh my god.
I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready to the countdown.
3, 2, 1, go. I'm scared. Wait.
The cocktail of insanity.
Joseph got it. Joseph got it.
Yeah.
Why did you choose cocktail over any object insanity character?
Because I wanted to choose like the weirdest, like obscure, like object insanity character I could. That just like,
No. Joseph's tied with me now.
yeah.
Was
Oh,
like
God.
8 to
Right.
8 to
It's-
5.
It's 8 to 8 to 5 to 0.
Thanks, Niall.
Yeah.
Well, now Ian has to get this. Like Joseph can't
crap.
win. Joseph
Oh,
can't
yeah.
win.
Well,
Yeah.
if I don't get this, then it's Joseph has a very big chance of winning.
Yeah.
Or it could be me, come back queen.
Alright, give me my character.
Okay, Joseph, this is your character.
Okay. Alright. Tell me when to go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Paintbrush
Paintbrush
eye.
eye.
Bravo! Wait, speed!
Tulip, tulip,
No,
object
oh,
lettuce.
Daisy, object lettuce.
Daisy!
Web.
Wait, did I say tulip? What the fuck?
I like that you did you draw it in that color intentionally?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
I got Webs on my end. Is the one I heard say it first.
Yes, Sam.
That was good. Everyone just started like screaming at the exact. Everyone knew it at the exact same time. It was just like who could get.
Tulip.
It was just who could get the words out.
Feather duster.
Okay, so yeah, it's whose turn is it now? Is it
Mine.
Ian.
Okay,
Which means
okay.
I'm probably gonna lose to Joseph.
All right, Ian, are you ready for your character? You ready?
Sure.
It's the one.
3,
Oh! No, wait, no,
Right,
wait.
3,
Just give me a
2.
second. I want to see if there's any reference of this anywhere.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, there is. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Timer
Cherry
start.
Battle for Gold.
I
Potato.
swear.
Potato from the Battle for. Oh, wait.
Steak from Last Object Standing.
No.
Or be awesome. What the heck?
Steak from Next Up Thingy.
No.
No,
what?
pork chop.
No.
What?
Well. Go on.
What?
Where else was a steak?
But steak. Oh, steak. I'll do some more. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Joseph wins then.
That's the object of war character. I was praying you would do light hat. Oh,
Yeah, the most iconic thing about steak is the pose. Yeah, you gotta finish. You gotta put the face on this drawing. That's what this needs.
Is it all the way at the bottom or all the way at the top?
No,
Both.
it's both. It's the eyes are tiny at the very top, and the mouth is huge at the very bottom.
Yeah, wait, give me a second. Isn't it
Oh,
something?
I got
Isn't it something
got
like?
fucking pummeled.
Dude, these are all like way OG. Like you can't even.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single like clip of steak talking like on the internet still.
Yeah, you have to have been there to
Nice.
see it.
there it is.
Is it
Just
supposed?
for fun now, could you just get me one person? This will be the last, just the
Yes.
last fucking drawing.
Yes.
For fun.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right now. Give me a person.
Oh wait. Let me get steak out of the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, he just looks grand.
And also my sister in the background. Just,
She's excited. She's having a good time.
Oh no.
what the fuck is this shit?
Do you know this character?
Hold on.
Is
let me
it?
Google
Is it?
this
Are
one.
you able to Google it?
I know the fucking object show, but
Yeah.
fucking oh, I swear to God, if it's fuck off. Okay, right. Oh, fucking end me. Right. Okay, let's go. Right. 3. Hold on, just double checking. Nope. Oh wait. Yay. Okay. Right. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh fuck! It's not green. Oh well.
Fat alien.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wait, how did you get Fat Alien from a black circle? It's
No,
not even
probably
like
Because he said,
Probably
"Oh,
because
it's not green," and I was
Oh.
like,
that's pretty amazing.
Oh my god!
"Yes,
All
That's
right,
crazy that you managed to get this.
good game.
GG."
I'm gonna save this Aggie. This
Hold on.
That's not something Fat Alien did in the show.
Yeah, Fat Alien. All I remember about Fat Alien is just
One
like him
episode he
getting,
became like lumpy and obese.
Yeah, I was just about to say he became like super fat and like saggy. Like that's like the one thing I remember Fat Alien
There we
doing.
go.
Just like the roll call preview. is
There we go. That's great.
Melon.
That's a great drawing.
Yeah.
all right.
Fucking dab. Right, okay, we're done here. I'm done with this shit.
Ew.
Yay!
Right, I'm swapping back with Nile as well.
All right.
Taking back ownership, and we played this for so long.
It was fun.
Right, so let's get into the USC questions before we run out of time. So let's get straight into it. I've got questions for all of you. So this is just general questions from all of you. So when did you all first discover the USC?
For me,
Let's do alphabetical. So
Okay.
yeah, Ian, you can
Okay, so like I got into the OSC because I don't know how many people are familiar with Sparta remixes, but I was an avid fan in 2011, and I would see these Sparta remixes of BFDI, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to see. I wonder what channel that show is on. And then when I discovered it was a web series, I watched it like all the way through in one sitting. And I remember the exact day. It was January 4th, 2012. And that was the day my life changed forever.
Niall's next.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yep, we're going
Okay.
alphabetical. So.
So for me, my first kind of interaction with the community was I saw like a BFDI thumbnail at some point in like late 2011, but I never like really thought about it until like way after the fact. And actually, okay, so embarrassing fact about me was that I was a brony for a while. I watched and I loved My Little Pony more than life itself. And, there was a channel I found called Derpy Hooves, and it was that was like a character from My Little Pony, and there were just these animations of like the character like doing things like baking muffins or like singing songs or whatever. And I saw in one of these videos, this was like early 2012, and I saw in one of these descriptions there was a thing that was like, check out Derpy's favorite channel, and I was like, oh, cool. And I clicked on it, and it took me to Animation Epic. And the thing is, that Derpy Hooves account was actually like Adam's like alternate account for making like My Little Pony videos. And so I watched like an episode of II, and I was like, oh my god, this is just like the coolest concept ever. It's just like I could do this, because at the time I was like, I really want to make like a web series, but I just don't know like what I want to do. And I saw that, and I realized that II was like a thing that was based on BFDI. And I started with II, and it took me a while to get into BFDI. But I was like, oh my god, this is perfect, because making these like object shows is like a thing, and I can just make an object show. And that really got me stuck into the community. And then, you know, almost immediately after I got into the community, I was hired for II, and I started doing all this stuff, and it really sort of like sunk me into it. And now, you know, it's just part of who I am, and part of my like history on the internet is object show community. And yeah, that's how I got my start, was through that one My Little Pony video that I just happened to click on, and it like changed my life forever, completely.
Yeah, and for me, I remember I found the Jack and Jellify channel before I even knew what BFDI, like before BFDI was even a thing. There was like a video called like Home Store Runner and Spore, which is like the crappiest video on all of Jack and Jellify. But I watched the video. I was like, and I didn't think anything of it. But then like 2 years later, or like a year later, and like this was like December 31st, 2011. I was like I was bored on New Year's Eve, and I was trying to find like Total Drama, like Revenge of the Island clips in like French or something, because I think it came out in France earlier. And I was like going through like crappy YouTube channels, and like one of them like had liked BFDI 24, and I accidentally clicked on it, but and I was about to click off, but then like I heard them like say like Flower was like, Bubble, you didn't give me immunity, and I was like, hold on, immunity? That sounds like Total Drama. And then like I watched through it, and then like I was like kind of bored the whole way, but then I saw like the flashback clip of them going like, so here's all the eliminations in order. And I was like, holy crap, there was eliminations just like in Total Drama. And then I watched the entire season. I thought this was like a TV show when I saw it, and I watched the entire I watched half the season that night, and then I woke up, and the finale was like uploaded like 2 hours prior, but I didn't know. I thought it was out for like years, but I watched all of BFDI in one sitting or two sittings. And I loved it, and I'm so happy that I accidentally clicked on a BFDI video, because that's the greatest mistake I've ever made in my entire life.
I was the end of 2012. It was when episode 17 of II came out. I was in the Lego SpongeBob community. That's where I started out on YouTube. I know, guys, hold your applause. Stop. I'm so good at Lego SpongeBob videos. I know, shouldn't have given it up. And then somebody in my somebody I was subscribed to liked something, and back in the day they would recommend you were subscribed, like people you were subscribed to, their likes and stuff. So I saw they liked this thing that was like an Anime Insanity, and it was like a fucking OJ and Taco running, and I was like, what the fuck? I love cartoons and things that look like great. So I clicked on it, and I was like, huh, I could do this, because no, I couldn't. And then that was it. That was the start. So I didn't even know BFDI like really existed. I watched II, and then I decided to make an object show. So I didn't even watch BFDI, I'm pretty sure, until probably a little bit after episode 1 of EE got released. and then I like got into the community, and that's when I was introduced to like the different object shows, because I got really close to like Dom Erickson, creator of Objects of War. He really like brought me into the community and like kind of showed me everything. So,
and it all went well.
Oh, it went so well. We made like a little document, like a really funny little document.
Oh, just a harmless document. It didn't really do much.
It didn't really mean anything.
Okay. Oh, there's like probably 3 people in the chat who know what
the object show Constitution. Which is one of the funniest stories I have under my belt, because it completely ruined Dom Erickson's like life in this community, and I got out scot-free. I got out scot-free, and no one has ever like brought it up to me, but he got like exiled. It was like the first instance of someone being just completely exiled from our community, and it was Dom Erickson making the object show Constitution.
And it's funny, because in hindsight, that is the most lamest thing in the world to ever be like. But at the time, everyone was like, "No, you can't do this."
We were also like 11, so
yeah, like, it's crazy that at the time that was like the biggest drama that had ever happened in this community.
Drama in like 2012 is like actually the funniest thing ever, because it would be people would like freak out over like having the same OC as somebody else, or like
Oh my god, yeah! That was a huge thing.
like,
You couldn't have the same character as someone else.
Or if you use the BFDI assets in like your show and you didn't make your own assets, then like everyone would freak out and like it would get deleted from the wiki, going like, you can't use the BFDI assets anymore.
Oh, I actually just realized that Dom Erickson is not the first example of someone being exiled. It's Sammy Shanks.
Oh
Yes.
oh yeah.
Because Sammy Shanks was a couple months before, because it was right before the II. It was during the II. Well, it was before II 2 came out. So yeah, it was the scavenger hunt.
And that's like basically a lamer thing to be like kicked out of the community for. It's just like a nothing problem.
Scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
You mind if I put a pen on this, just because that we've got a lot of questions going
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Like, I originally had a joke prepared, but like I'm now even just saying.
Sorry.
I mean, if you wanted the joke, then I was just gonna do this. Like, Nile was a brony. The more you know.
Yeah.
That's like a big part of my history, was being a brony. Thank God that people don't even know that about me anymore, though.
I was going to say, like, I had like the more you know tune just come from the night. Anyway, so next question from when you first joined the community to now, what is the biggest difference you've seen from the growth of and evolution from the community?
I think the biggest evolution is simply the quality of shows, and like the quality of shows in 2012 was absolute dog shit. There's no like being nice about it. No, it was dog shit. But it's like we were like 10-year-olds like figuring out how to use Flash and like how to use Audacity for the first time.
But it's like super endearing though, like watching old object shows because of that.
I think that's like a huge issue in our community. Is like if someone releases an episode 1 nowadays, it gets trashed, it gets destroyed. But if they released that episode back in 2013, it would be like revered as one of the best object show episodes ever created.
Yeah,
with the stuff people are capable of now at the exact same age. Like there are 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds coming to this community making shows that are objectively, like if you showed it to like a random person who didn't know about animation or object shows, they'd be like, wow, this is incredible that you're able to do something like this. And they release it and we're like, wow, this sucks. Like, this is terrible. And then they go and reboot it 4 times. It was definitely, like I talked about this earlier, it's just a nicer, it was so nice back then because everyone was bad. So anytime someone did anything, it was okay. It's just not as okay anymore to make bad content.
Yeah. Like the OG people in the community, we had to stumble over ourselves and figure out things that would work and figure out things that wouldn't work. You know, for me, my biggest thing is obviously with animation. You know, there are so many like fads of animation styles and ways to do things, assets, everything like that. You know, back
we've
then,
seen it all.
we you know, we had to learn all that from the ground up because there was nothing to go off of. The community was building, and now it's crazy because you can just, you know, look at resource files and look at everything else that exists, and you can just, you know, you can pick up everything so quickly. And I think it's great because it's the community is such an easy way for young people to explore these things and to like strengthen their talents at such a young age. And I think it's really cool. And that's that's the biggest thing that I've noticed is different is people just picking things up so fast rather than just having to like stumble over it for months and months and years to really like make it right. People just know what right is now in the community.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, just gonna say a lot of people in chat are just going to great Sammy and Sammy Shanks and stuff.
Well, Sammy Shanks is actually like a hero to the community. Like if there was like a statue of anyone in the community, it should be of Sammy Shanks.
It is such a shame that most of Sammy Shanks' content is like gone forever.
Yeah.
Like I think it was so iconic at the time. More people should see it.
That is something that has changed. Is like, I don't know, like what, like the drama back then was just actually like the funniest thing ever. Just, like, Sammy Shanks was like the funniest thing to watch because every like week there'd be something new that like Sammy Shanks would do that would like shake the OSC. And for like no real reason, he would just like do something random and he would do something dumb and everyone would go like, "What the heck, Sammy?"
The community was so small that things like that would really like people will be like, no, when like just something useless would happen, like a scavenger hunt being ruined or something.
I think Sammy was like the first person to like put out an object show release date and then not hit it. And then, and I remember he sent like an apology to like 100 people, which was like the entire OSC back then, like personally apologizing why his episode didn't come out like on like a month after he said it would. And it was like, I'm so sorry, God. And it's like actually the funniest thing ever, like looking back.
Yeah. The definition of being a bad person back in the day was way different than what it is now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna slam this in chat real quickly. There we go.
I was gonna say quickly. Also, I think the OSC is like really weird in the way that you can build an audience so easily. In other communities, like the Minecraft community, because they're so big, if you make there are people who've made Minecraft content for years and have like 300 subscribers. All you have to do in this community is make like 3 episodes, and you'll be at 10,000 in like no time at all.
I think something that's so great about this community is like you can, you know, with something like Minecraft, for example, you know, it's so hard to make videos that, you know, they're your videos, but it's so hard to seem unique in that space. Whereas even though by definition the object show community would just kind of like redoing other people's ideas, it's so much easier to like inject yourself into what you make and to really make it, you know, like stand out. And it's a really good way to like build an audience that likes you for your content and stuff like that. I think it's very cool. And because the community is still like thriving to this day, it's so easy to just jump in and get involved and like make a name for yourself in the community. It's really cool. I like it a lot.
Anyway, I think Andy had something to say. Let me cut
I was gonna say.
Sorry.
Let's just try and move on. Also, just want to slam this in chat. Just slam something in chat, and I'm also just gonna say that Galactic Conquest episode 4 is out now. So for anybody who wants to check it out, please do. Now that's out of the way. Also, a lot of people are saying names in chat, and I've seen a particular name that I'm definitely not wanting to be mentioned in this stream. Thank you very much. Anyway, but with that being said, what do you guys see for your future for the USC as well as like just for in general?
Well, like other than working on like Starlight, I have no plans, and like just doing some voice acting work on for other people's show. I don't have any plans for the OSC afterward. I'm sure more will come up later, but right now I'm only like focusing on Starlight, and that's all I feel like comfortable working in the OSC now. I don't think I'll ever stop working on object shows. I'm going to be working on an object show for the rest of my life. That is what I'm dedicating my entire life to the object show community, and I'm completely okay with that. I'm sure something will come up, but right now I'm like actually completely okay with just working on object shows for like the next 5-10 years. 'Cause I don't know, I love object shows. They're fun.
They are fun.
Yeah, I'm the same with Joseph. You know, for me, since I was like a little kid, my dream was to be a YouTuber. You know, that's what I love YouTube, and that's what I want to do. And thanks to the community, I was able to actually do that. You know, I've had many channels in the past that would do nothing, and then this community has given me a platform, and I'm really thankful for that. And for a while, I was thinking like, whatever, I'll just ditch the community, I'll make whatever I want. But I want to make Object Overload. You know, I want to finish Object Overload before my mortal soul leaves this realm. You know, I want to finish a season. And so, regardless of what happens with YouTube or whatever else I choose to do, I will guarantee that I will make a season of Object Overload, even if it's on like my deathbed. I will finish a season of Object Overload. It will be done. It will be finished, 100%. And I'll stay in the community as long as the community keeps giving me opportunities, and the community is still fun, and which it is. All these years later, you know, I would have never thought that I'd still be in the community at like 20, nearly 21, but here I am, and I still enjoy it. I still think it's fun, and for as long as it's fun, I'll still be here.
Yeah. I'm trying to make season 3 of my show. I got a little pooped. I got about 3 scenes in, and I was like, wow, I need to take a break. And I think I'm going to probably take a big break because obviously I've been a bit of a workaholic over the last few years on my show, which is why I finished it. But started season 3. I liked it. I liked writing. I love writing. I always have. But there's a part of me that kind of wants to give up art and move away and become a rancher and live on a ranch. I've been bringing this up very subtly recently on one of my Twitter accounts where I'm like, what if I threw my life away and became a farmer? And so, I don't know, might do it after I graduate. I'm going to college right now for a degree in digital media production, and I make this show and I make music. But part of me wants to leave and wants to do anything else. It's really weird after all this time I've dedicated and all these promises. But I think what's next for me is a life outdoors.
You're gonna miss it, and you're gonna come crawling back.
Everyone comes crawling back.
Yeah, you'll be drawing like object show characters in the dirt. You won't be able to like resist.
I think I can never truly leave though, because we are all so close. The friends that we have in this community, we have a friend group that is so genuinely, we all love each other so much. It is impossible to leave each other.
Yeah.
We are friends, I think, for life at this point.
Yeah.
And so I don't think we can ever truly leave as long as one of us is in this community. So are the rest of us, technically, by association.
Yeah.
No one ever actually leaves the OSC.
No, if you have friends in this community, you never leave the community. It's been proven many times. If you have friends here, you can't leave, and you shouldn't leave if you have friends here.
We've seen people say they leave, and I remember whenever somebody would say they're leaving the OSC, everyone would be like, "I'll miss you," but then like a month later, they'll be back and be like, "Yeah."
Or they just still talk to the same friend group, and they still.
But it's like I'm leaving the community, but I'm still making a show, and I'm still playing in camps, and I'm still talking to the exact same people, but I'm not in the community. Yeah, that's what happens.
The object show is good. There are people who like to put down the object show community for being like, I don't know, like lame, or like oh, it's object show animation is like so bad and like it's not good. Like it can object show animation, like it is quicker, but it is still really good. If you can do a really good object show animation, that is so cool, because
there is amazing object show animation out there. There is amazing object animation and people that are extremely talented in this community, and I don't think that it makes you less talented to make object show animation. You know, if that's what you're passionate about and that's what you like doing, then do it. It doesn't matter if people say that it's like not proper animation or whatever, you know, or proper whatever in your field. You know, just do what you want to do and have fun with it. You know, that's just how it is.
Alrighty, well, we have one more. I have one more question here, and then we're going to have to quickly either like do 2 questions from the live chat and then end this, or like just depends on how long you guys are wanting to be around here for.
I'm okay with being around for longer.
We're about to hit the 2-hour mark, which is that's crazy.
I'm fine like doing like more questions because I like answering questions.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't even realize it's been 2 hours, because it has not felt like that for me.
Not at all.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
It always feels like that. It's one of those things. It's like you have too much fun and then talking and stuff like that, and then you realize it's been like an entire day.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last question I've got written here is basically, what's your favorite moment of being within this community in overall? Since obviously you've been here since like 2012
for a whole decade.
Yeah, pretty much.
Half my life.
Oh god. Yeah. I mean, for me, obvious answer, but like voice acting Gelatin was really cool. Like definitely the biggest thing I've done in the community. Nothing like can compare to it, really.
Like
fair enough.
Watching like BFDI for so long and then like being able to work on it is so cool. But even without that, like I remember like as like a little kid, like one of like the greatest feelings is just like seeing like an episode appear in like your subscription, being like I used to like actually like freak out whenever like a new like BFDI episode would come out. I treat it like a holiday and be like, oh my god, BFDI, and I like rewatch, like I do nothing but just like watch that BFDI episode for like the entire day just on loop. and I'll be like, I love BFDI. And like I was actually like a bit too obsessed, but like I remember it would make me so happy just seeing like a new BFDI episode come out or a new II episode, and like, yeah, it's nice.
For me, I don't know if I can give like one specific thing. For me, like the best part about being in this community, the best thing about it is just the culmination of the whole experience. Just like, starting just as someone who watched object shows, and to be able to work on these shows and to be a part of the community to the extent that I have been for so long, and to meet so many incredible people, friends for life, and to be able to have my dreams like realized. It's the whole thing just honestly has been amazing. But I guess to put it down to one thing, it would be the fact that this community allowed me to do stuff on YouTube, which is what I'd wanted to do for like 5 or 6 years before even joining the community, and this community let me do it. So yeah, that's probably my favorite moment in the whole community, is starting to grow a YouTube audience.
So is the question the best thing or the best moment?
Moment, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then my best moment would definitely have been watching episode 15 for the first time after its release. We got into like a huge call and went through the whole episode, and I got to hear everyone's reactions. And as soon as like the credit music started playing, like going into the me waking up and then going, what the and then the brightest, that was like one of the most surreal, coolest thing that's ever happened to me. I remember just being in the call and being like, holy fuck, it's over. This is it. I did it. And like, just like the, little applause from my friends, and just like, that was and I guess in that moment, it wasn't just because the episode was done. It was also because everyone was there, and knowing that like over the years of season 2, I had both like finally finished this thing, but I also got to finish it with people who like meant the world to me. So it was like, I'd grown as an artist and grown as a person, but I also had grown this group of friends that like meant so much to me. So it was like an amalgamation of two things that like were so cool. So getting to have that moment with everyone, that was really cool. That's definitely my favorite moment.
Alrighty, well, let's get right into the questions in chat then. Trying to see if there's any questions in chat. Do you guys see anything that you really want to answer?
I have not been reading the chat.
Whoops. I got too caught up in the conversation and just stopped reading.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, hopefully you guys have enjoyed yourself here, because, like...
100%.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I do love talking about object shows.
I just sent, a question. It was a little bit upwards.
Oh, yeah. So I'll read it then. Snowy Packle, how do you feel about the fact that there are random internet users that watch one episode of BFDI, know nothing about it, and never join the OSC?
Oh,
they suck.
They're the lucky ones.
It's actually like incredible how many views BFDI episode 1A and B have. And thinking about the fact that it is not comparable to how many of us there actually are dedicated to this community.
It is weird, like knowing that there are people who watch BFDI like just like regularly, but like aren't like as obsessed with it as like we are, because like we are like we've only like been obsessed with BFDI and we've like felt nothing else. But there are like people who just go on like, oh, new episode, that was nice, and then like
new episode of BFB, and they don't know.
I remember like reading a thread about like 2010 nostalgia, and BFDI was there, and people would be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that show. I remember watching it when I was younger."
Still aren't.
I was like,
how? Watching it?
How are you not watching it still?
I guess one of the things is like for people who aren't actually like creating content in the community and actively taking part in it, then it probably is a lot easier to drift away. But for us, especially like having like built sort of like we've built a lot of our lives like around the community with like making shows and making friends within the community, that it's become a bigger part of our lives than it probably is for the average like BFDI watcher that's just like, watches the episodes every now and then or has only seen it for like a little bit, It's the fact that we've been able to build so much of it that makes it such an important part of our lives, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Someone in chat, Zojo, has asked, this is a question for everyone. What is your favorite recent object show?
Recent object show.
Recent object
Recent.
show.
Does that have to be like does that have to be like a new object, like an episode 1 that released, or
I guess it would have to
No,
be a new.
I think it could count like something that's either been released within 2021 or 2020.
yeah, we're not gonna be honest. I don't watch that many new object shows.
I can name a
yeah.
bunch. I can name a bunch.
We are very much OGs in the
Yeah.
fact that we are stuck in 2012.
We are
Yeah.
stuck in our ways. New object shows. We are. Even though I'm like, oh, people are so overly critical. I am very overly critical about object shows nowadays.
Yeah.
Because I think that they've lost the charm in the way that a show that's made by like a kid who doesn't really care has that type of charm.
All right, we'll move over, ladies, because
Okay.
that is where I'm answering. So,
Well, okay, like I think there are great shows being released.
My answer is Thanos.
Yeah, I was about to
Thanos?
say
Oh,
Thanos.
Thanos is
I was
extremely
gonna say
amazing.
Thanos is one of them.
Minutely Object Show is also great, but I guess that's another person in our group, so you know.
Pick someone not in this group.
Right, so let me say a couple here. Animated Inanimate Battle, which is fully made in
watched-
PowerPoint, but it's like it looks like it's been made like something through Flash, and it actually is very impressive for what.
Wait, AIB is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I respect for AIB because that person was an OG. And
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
Gatling
Gatling
Crunch
Crunch is an OG, so it's sort of like cool to see them back.
Yeah.
One,
I do know about one.
like
Yeah.
one having the mystery aspect added into the show, like it's really fucking interesting. I'm going to mention this object show so many fucking times because people need to watch it. Galactic Conquest. Galactic Conquest, because it's just one of those shows that you just get to sit and watch these characters basically interact in a new environment and stuff like that. And like, yeah, we've seen that in like other object shows before, but I think it's like a different twist of things with this show. Like, there's a couple of other shows as well. Like, if you really want to look into it, like fucking Paper Puppets Take Two, like that's still thriving.
Well,
yeah, I was gonna say Paper Puppets, but I didn't know if it
I
counted
don't know
as
if
like
it
a
doesn't
recent
count.
show.
I don't think I count it as recent.
doesn't really
because it can't. Yeah, I mean it's
I-
still coming out, but I mean because like Yellow
It
is
is a really good show.
Yellow is very talented, and he's also one of our closest friends. So he's like, and we all work for it. I'm pretty sure at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I did ask him, like saying, like, "Yo, you want to be part of this?" And he was like, "No, I'm not interested." And I'm like, "Okay."
Evil Yellow.
Evil Yellow. I think I actually talked to him. He probably would be interested in going with Brian with Phoebe Beebe. He said, I think because they went. So
I also did ask like a couple of other people, and like they didn't respond back. So maybe like after this stream they might respond back, because I saw Ivan in the chat, and funnily enough I sent him a message and he never got back to me.
Yeah, it's been a good stream. So I would definitely recommend people like come on here if they want to like talk. This has been really great.
Okay, so moving on. Anko, how you doing, buddy? Is asking, what's everybody's favorite visual style for an object show? Not animation necessarily, more like viz dev.
Okay, so like hand drawn versus assets, I assume.
Pretty much.
I love that.
BFDIA like Michael animation is like peak object show animation, and the community will never do anything greater than that.
The first scene of BFDIA 4 will forever be like one of the greatest like pieces of animation in the OSC.
Oh yes.
I have a lot of respect for hand-drawn animation, and I like that it's made so many people get more involved with the community because it's something that more people want to try out. But for me, and this is probably just because I'm an OG, I think that asset animation will always be better, and it appeals more to me. I think it looks. I think the animation looks so much nicer than with
same.
the hand-drawn look.
Yeah,
I
same.
just think it looks cleaner, and I think that just at its peak, I think that at its lowest point, I think it does look worse because like bad asset animation is bad. But for people who actually like are talented and know what they're doing, I think that like asset animation reaches far higher highs than hand drawn does for me.
Yeah,
I do like both styles because I think it just depends on like what like whoever's animating is good at.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it depends on person to person too.
But
you know.
I like both equally, but I will say there hasn't been a lot of asset animation like Michael's animation in BFDI 4, which I think there should be more of, because it is so nice. Like I think we've all like rewatched the first scene of BFDI 4 like a million times just because nice.
Oh yeah,
I reanimated it.
Yeah.
It's such a good scene.
Yeah.
Someone's just asked, any thoughts on open source objects?
Honest thoughts.
Hold on. I'm checking my watch. Hold on. Okay. It's saying it irrelevant.
I will just say I'm probably the only one. I worked on it. I did. I voiced retainer because I was the only person on auditions who could do a lisp. And then I wrote episode 3. I wrote episode 3 in its entirety, basically. I almost wrote like the entire thing. Not great. Not a great show.
I do.
No, like I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm gonna be honest here. Like I get where like open source objects was coming out of. Like I get like the whole idea of everybody can contribute to this show and stuff like that. But it did not age well, in my opinion.
It's too confusing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no voice direction, so all the voice actors don't even sound like they're talking to each other.
Right.
I do like have like a little bit of respect that it like
I was gonna say
it's like trying to get a lot of people to like for some people like their first OSC project was open source object, because making an object show, it can be like daunting, like knowing like there's so many steps to do, but like OSO, I think let people just like contribute to the OSC in a way. So I respect it for that, but I am not the biggest fan of the episodes. I don't think I've watched any of them more than once.
But, I have a lot of respect for open source objects as like a project, but as a show, I have never really enjoyed it. I've never really gotten any entertainment value out of the episodes themselves.
I will say, I have a lot of respect for the organizers able to keep track, collect, and like make like hundreds of people. Incredibly, it was very impressive in that regards, but in every other regard, it fell through. So.
I have a lot of respect for it as like what it is, but just not as a like show, as like entertainment.
We're going to answer 2 more questions and then we're going to end this podcast. Also, that's my sister again. I'm sorry. Someone has asked, where would you 5B if BFDI, any other object show that was introduced you into the OSC didn't exist?
That'd be a brony. Still.
That would still be a brony.
I think I would actually just be doing nothing but like watching like random YouTube videos. Maybe I'd fall into like another fandom, but there is nobody makes like elimination order things like BFDI does.
Yeah.
So
I guess I'd still be part of the Minecraft game show community.
Maybe.
No, okay, right. Please don't. Please no. There's no chance. Okay, so
I think I would fall into just into a different fandom. Like, I think the fact that us 4 are so like obsessed over BFDI means that we could probably be obsessed over something else, and like we could have fallen into a different fandom if BFDI didn't exist.
Nile being a brony.
I'm not sure what fandom I would be under. I mean, I was always an avid fan of Happy Tree Friends before I found BFDI.
Oh no!
So I probably would have gone into that fandom if it wasn't for BFDI.
Okay, and last question we got here.
Webs.
I didn't get the answer.
Webs, go for it.
I'll be quick. Well, honestly, I actually was out of the object community for like a year at one point. I was gone. I was off the internet for like in 2017, I think. And so I'm currently in another fandom right now, like really obsessed. But I think if there wasn't any BFDI at that time, I probably would be doing sports. Like I probably genuinely would be doing like college baseball right now.
Sorry that you're here, Webs.
Yeah, sorry.
It's
I mean,
alright.
What happened?
Yeah.
What went wrong?
I dropped out of doing baseball. I wanted to spend time on the computer.
Can I quickly just ask something real quickly? Because I've asked a couple of people this. Have you ever been recognized in public?
No.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes, I was. I was at a football game in my high school, and this was before he went. Okay, so Nate Conroe was an animator for BFB. Nate Conroe was a BFB animator for episode 17. He was hired with us, and when I was in 10th grade, he was in 8th grade, and I was at a football game, and he came up to me in public and went, "Oh my God, Webzforevz," and he shook my hand. And then he saw Liam, the voice of Mango, and was like, "Oh my God, Mango," and shook their hand. And then Nate walked away. And then he was in my choir class a year later in high school. And then 2 years after that, we were working on the same object show. So,
Wow.
I mean, I've had a moment. I've had a moment where someone has recognized me for my voice, but it was one of those things where it's like. It was like first day of like class and stuff like that, and I'm not going to be specific because I do not want anybody to be going like, "Are you sure?" No, because like somebody was talking about talking about like voice acting and singing and stuff like that, and then someone turned around and said like, "Oh, I'm part of this community that does kind of like game show kind of things." And like I was like being curious because I was like, okay, cool. Like what kind of game shows? It was like, oh, there were like object characters and all that. There was this one character that I saw in this new object show that I saw. It was like a cell phone character. It sounded Scottish, and I was like, and I was just sitting there, just like, God. Like it was until I spoke more as when they turned around and said, "You sound familiar to them," though, and I'm just like, "What?" Just shut my mouth.
I never got like recognized, but I put the story on my Twitter, I think, at one point. But like, I was at college and I was walking behind like two guys, and I was looking at what they were looking at on their phone because I'm just weird, and I guess I was doing that. And I saw that they were watching my like JonTron animation that I made in like 2014. Yeah. And I was like just walking right behind them and looking at them watching this animation, and they had no idea who I was, and they had no idea that the guy who made the animation they're watching was walking right behind them, and it felt like a movie or something. It was like a really weird, surreal, like not real life experience. It was really strange. It was one of the most strange experiences of my life because that was the first time I felt like oh my God, there were actual like humans out there that like watch my content. It was really weird, but it was really cool at the same time.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, let's get into our last question. Let's just do something. Let's just do this one. For everyone, do you have a favorite BFB or II ship?
Ship? That's the last question.
Hey, it was either that or what is the worst color?
Orange.
That would have been. We would have argued about that.
Yellow is the worst color.
Yeah.
Like a mustardy yellow, like a brownish yellow.
Actually, I think we all agree. That
never mind.
Orange, yellow sort of area. Wait,
Yeah.
Joseph, what about you?
Well, like brownish, greenish, like dull kind of color is my least favorite.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, no argument. We all agree. All right.
I was just thinking more like food. I don't know why I thought we'd go.
I was more thinking of a snot green.
Oh
Yeah.
We argue about food all the time. Oh my.
Yeah.
God.
Anyway, no, but favorite BFB or II ship?
Yeah. All right. Fine. You know what? Fine.
Oh God.
Pin and Coiny in episode 6 of BFB. Final answer.
I refuse to answer this question. I'm putting my foot down. I'm not answering this question.
I don't think.
No.
I don't think I've ever like thought about a BFDI or II ship like ever.
Pencil and match.
I mean,
in that one scene where they're like smiling, but it's like one smile.
Oh yeah, to connect.
And the mouth's create one.
I mean, Niall, I'm just gonna point this out. You know, there's like people in the community who ship like 2 and 4 together, right?
Cute.
Oh, that's so cute. Nice. I will not speak upon that.
You do realize people are going to clip that, right?
Oh God, no! Like, I myself have never been involved in object show shipping. I mean, I made fun of it on DeviantArt in like 2014. I made like there were couples that were like just like useless, like Microphonics and Knife or something, and I would always like make little doodles of them and be like, "This is the greatest ship ever." But myself, I've never been interested in that part of the community.
Orange and watermelon.
Sleeping fire rate. Anyway, so. All right, and with that being said, that is our question. I cannot believe we're ending this with that question.
You chose it.
You did this to us.
You chose it. You put it up on screen. You read it out loud.
We tried to change the question to what is the worst color?
Epicor.
Yeah,
Epicor
sure.
ships.
By the way, someone just said that Ian got it right. It's dark yellow.
Yeah, dark yellow sucks.
Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Yay. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Do
This
you
was a
have
very fun
anything
stream.
you're wanting to say before we have to drag you down to hell? Like,
Watch
how-
BFDI.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's
Making
just start.
object shows.
Yeah.
Let's start from who was the last person to join to go out first. So Webs, you've got 10 seconds to say whatever you like before you get back to hell. So
Thank you guys so much for listening to us talk about things that we love. I hope you guys saw like aspects of our personality you've never seen before, because we love sharing that side of us to you. So thank you.
Woo.
perfectly timed. Well done. Right, Niall, you're next. 10 seconds, go.
Who's next?
Basically,
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Ian, you're next, go.
I know we don't get to stream very often, but this was a lot of fun. I really hope we can do this like another time. This was a lot of fun.
All right, and finally, Joseph, your last, go.
Give me pizza. Hey, did I happen to?
That's just our last one. Just get me pizza. That's your last words. Anyway, with that being said, thank you everybody for joining this stream. Thank you to Nile, Webs, Ian, and Joseph for all joining. Again, like if you guys are wanting to see anyone specific to join us next time, put into the comments. Subscribe to everybody here. If you're interested for more content from myself, subscribe to me. Trying to remember something else. Go watch Galactic Conquest episode 4. I'm not going to say this for the 5th time. Go watch episode 4. With that being said, thank you all so much for joining, and we will see you next time. Bye.